My cousin's friend was the first one who mentioned it to me, and she was saying we were discussing how I'm gonna get my degree and the IS, etc. paperwork. The time I started to consider thinking about me and starting doing things for me, the lockdown happened. I know the business is gonna slow down.
Yeah.
The chance of getting a job will be much less.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it seems like they were like they did really try to understand me.
When your employer can be flexible with your situation, it has such a huge impact on your life, because it means that you can manage with the children.
Look, perseverance and having faith that it's all gonna come through at the end. Yeah.
A successful outcome, and we can see by the example, actually, when you work really hard and follow the program, the structure, and I think you will see the results.
My cousin's friend was the first one who mentioned it to me, and she was saying we were discussing how I'm gonna get my degree, if I need to go to uni, if I am gonna go for masters. Already Sayed knows all that. So and she said, you know what, there's a migrant center that used to help people with their equivalency and with their paperwork, with their search for jobs. So she was the one that, and she lives in Wollongong, actually. She's a teacher. So she advised me to contact the migrant center, and so I did. I called and I registered my name. He gave me an appointment. When I went there, he was very helpful. He tried to contact the TAFE and the universities, trying to see how will I manage with my degree. And we started talking about looking for a job. And then he said that he will add me to the program. And since then, we have been having these weekly sessions about preparing us to look for a job, and how to do the resume, how to do the interview, how to do the cover letter, etc. I have to say that I had my profile on Seek since before that, and I have been applying regularly for any opportunity, because I needed to start somewhere anyway, preferably pharmacy, because that's my bachelor, where I intend to continue. Like I intend to do the equivalency later. I was not doing it all. I was uploading my resume, no cover letter at the beginning. I was not followed like advices regarding trying to go to pharmacies, trying to ask them in person, etc. And last week I got a phone call, and here we go. We're working. I have 4 kids, and I'm separated, so my kids are with me, and I'm looking after the 4 of them. I arrived to Sydney by the end of November 2020. So all I did at the first few months was settling in, getting the furniture, like having the house ready, organizing schools. And I have a disabled daughter, so I had to look extra for her, for occupational therapist, speech therapist, and DIS, etc. paperwork. The time I started to consider thinking about me and starting doing things for me, the lockdown happened. I know the business is gonna slow down.
Yeah.
The chance of getting a job will be much less.
Yeah.
I suppose it's because it's a pharmacy, so they can have face-to-face. It's not like any other business. So yeah, they wanted me to go there, and I had no problem. So because I'm fully vaccinated, I'm like less worried about COVID. I went there, and at the beginning it was a bit like I didn't know how it's gonna go. When they started asking me about what time I can work, because as I said, like I take care of my 4 kids, I have to drop off. So yeah, but it seems like they were like they did really try to understand me, and they said that they will give me a chance to start, because they are immigrants as well, and they've had the same start. They were really, really kind, and they said, yeah, you can come at 10. I said, oh, good.
It's amazing when your employer can be flexible with your situation. It has such a huge impact on your life, because it means that you can manage with the children and then also have your own work. Are there any tips that you can give us? Something that you maybe took from the program that helped you in the interview process, or did you just approach the employers because they were quite casual and easygoing?
Look, I've worked in pharmacies before, but for the last 10 years, I've worked in the family business. So I did not have to worry about interviews or formalities so I was very how to say, out of shape in
out of touch. Yeah.
It did really. The tips that we got in the sessions were really helpful.
Great. Okay, fantastic. And then when you received the job, did you get it on the spot, like that day? Did they call you back?
No, they called me 2 days later.
2 days later, so you had to wait in anticipation to see if you had.
No, but you know what? I had a feeling that they're gonna call me and say come.
Yeah. So you felt really confident after your interview.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And obviously having the cover letter and the resume, they already had a feel about you before you stepped in. So then as long as they met you and it went well.
Even though they said it's you have to come for 2 days trial, and that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty confident I got the job because the pharmacist gave me the uniform on the first day.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So I think
There's nothing like receiving a uniform, or if you're in an online job, some login details to know that, okay, I've got the job.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And for anyone that might be in your position, are there some tips that you can give them in the position that we're in right now? A lot of people would have gone through that. Some people have lost hope. Some people can't see into the future. What are some tips that you could give?
Look, perseverance and having faith that it's all gonna come true at the end. Yeah.
Beautiful. And then I guess, what does the future look like for you? So what are you hoping to become a pharmacist? Are you hoping to study? What are the next steps for you?
Look, I applied for a few master's courses. I applied for 2 pharmacy masters of pharmacy and 1 health management masters. I got the acceptance for the health management, but silly me, I did not pay attention to the fact that it's not Commonwealth supported places at that course, and it's very expensive.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know if I'm gonna go to do it or wait to see if I get acceptance from the other 2. If I don't get the acceptance from the masters, I will just go back and do the CAPS and the APRA exams, like for equivalency. Yeah, it's gonna take some time because I have to study everything I studied long time ago. And
just to be clear, are you a qualified pharmacist?
Yes.
But just not in Australia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and in a French university as well. So I'll have to send my degree to the APRA to get the acknowledgement that, or they check the eligibility for the test.
Yep.
And then I will have to pay for the test and go sit for them. Yeah.
With your perseverance, I'm sure you'll find the pathway that works. And being in the field and being with other pharmacists, you're only going to get closer to that opportunity coming to life and to fruition. I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your story. In a time that we're all currently in, to hear such a positive outcome is honestly so warming, because I feel like we're surrounded by some bad news and so many bad experiences, that having these glimmers of hope and these beautiful stories come to life in a time that we're in is so important for all of us to hear. So I really want you to know, at Western Sydney MRC, we can't wait to share your story and hopefully give somebody else the opportunity to see that there's hope. Yeah, definitely.
I just want to say one thing. I was really happy when the pharmacist called me and he said, come for the 2 days trial. But when I saw everyone's reaction to that, like my parents in Lebanon and my friends, my cousins here, everyone was so happy. And suddenly I said it on the news, everyone knew, and everyone was so excited. Yes, why not? Yes, thank you very much for your help.
Yeah, well, it's all Saeed. I'm just getting the good parts. That's fantastic to hear. And I'm sure for Saeed, that's amazing feedback as well. That's what the community's here for. And to know that we've made that positive impact for you and helped you get there is huge for our organization. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think you have been very attentive. I think the first day I met her, we had a one-on-one. And as you know, in the Miwork program, the 5 stages, that first we had that registration and then establishing her goal and enhancing the skill. But she has been attending all the weekly workshop for the last 8 weeks, and it was very helpful. It's been very constructive, the program that we designed during this lockdown as well, starting from the resume writing, the bits and tips and here and there, and also covering letter, and also how to look for a job, interview skill, and Australian workplace cultures. All these actually blended together. I think that's how we see, as Fida mentioned, that's persistence, obviously. So I guess it's all about her hard work and patience, determination, and consistency is all about. I guess it's a very good successful outcome, and we can see by the example, actually, when you work really hard and follow the program, the structure, and I think you will see the results.
I hope we stay updated on where you are up to, and everything continues to be a success for you, and keep the faith and the persistence and the consistency, and keep showing up, and great things will happen.
I hope so.